gone but never forgotten. Hi everyone, I'm Sandrine here at HappyCool and welcome to a new Arrow review. Before I get into it, for those expecting a Diary of a TV Addict video today, I'm actually taking a break for the next 3 weeks so I can review the final 3 episodes of Arrow this season. So let's talk about Arrow. This week's episode was called Sah-Him. Let's start with some quick thoughts. We found out about Roz's rival, Damien Dark. I personally want to meet this guy because he sounds kind of awesome and badass. He has a league of his own. I'm guessing they're kind of planting the seed for us to meet him at some point, so fingers crossed. I love the moments between Laurel and Nyssa, especially when Nyssa is like, what's a black and white milkshake? How do you not know this? What life have you had, poor child? We're still not really seeing any effects of the Lazarus pit on Thea. I'm still very curious about it, so I keep trying to see if there's any hint or anything. But as I said in my previous Arrow video, I think they're probably gonna have those effects appear next season. Even though it was a pretty sad episode, at least Thea got some good news at the end about Roy. And so now she has to figure out if she wants to go with him. Which obviously I don't think she's gonna go because she's still gonna be in the show. But it's like next week we're gonna have a reunion, so that'll be interesting. And now let's talk about Sah-Him. Holy crap! Oliver! I really like the buzz cut, first of all. But what happened? In 3 weeks? Really? Only 3 weeks? He's already like gone? I really did love the opening sequence where you're seeing him train and then you have the swords hitting each other with the sparks. It was a really good visual to put us into what Oliver has gone through. Oliver killing Diggle. Well, not really because it wasn't Diggle, but I really thought it was him at first and I was like, oh! I thought they killed off Diggle because you never know. Thankfully not. However, I do think that this pretty much illustrated how different Oliver was. Nisa versus Oliver. Great fight, but I still feel like Nisa should have been able to hold out a lot more. I mean, she is Roz's daughter. Shouldn't she be a bit stronger? I mean, I'm not saying she should be stronger than Oliver, but come on, Nisa. But I guess this gave the opportunity to Diggle and Laurel to help her. Speaking of Laurel, had we seen the scream before? For some reason, I can't remember this. So if we haven't seen it, whoa, that was awesome. And if we have seen it, Sandrine, you need to pay more attention when you watch Arrow. A moment that was also really heartbreaking and an indication that Oliver is not really him anymore is when he said Nyssa had friends. Like he didn't even know who they were. Like they're just like her friends, these people that I do not know. And it's like, but Oliver, they're your friends too. The Nyssa exchange for Lila. I love that they didn't just give her up, that they had a plan to still fight Oliver in the league. Unfortunately, it didn't really turn out the way they thought it was gonna be. I mean, holy crap. Oliver was like literally about to kill Diggle like he did in the beginning if Thea hadn't stopped him, which, woo, Thea. And then poor Nyssa got taken away because she cared about Laurel and looked at her and broke her concentration. It was like, oh! Even though she got taken, I think this is also another indication that Nyssa is definitely evolving in the opposite direction that Oliver is. She's becoming more human, where Oliver is becoming more cold-hearted. As I said, lost his soul, his humanity. It's a nice parallel, I have to say. And then I thought they were gonna kill Nyssa, but no. Twist! Not only did it not kill her, she now has to marry Oliver. Did not see that coming. I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't see that coming. I was like, what? I don't know what's worse for Nyssa. I think she would have rather died. Obviously, I'm sure they're gonna find a way around it, but interesting turn of events to say the least. And the final twist / cliffhanger of the episode is that Roz wants to unleash the bioweapon on Starling City, which means that Oliver's heading back there with Nyssa. So that's gonna be interesting. I think the biggest question is, how are they gonna stop it? And also, have they stopped the bioweapon before? How did they do it? Did they have a cure? What's going on? We still don't know because we haven't seen that from the flashbacks yet. These are all very exciting questions, and next week looks like it's gonna be another heartbreaking, exciting episode. I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a great move forward from last week's episode, which was crazy and I loved. And this one kind of built on top of it and doesn't let us down in terms of Oliver's transformation into Sah-Him. I think I might have liked to see him fight a little more with his mask on and all that. That's kind of cool. But overall, I feel it's kind of what I expected it to be, and I'm totally in for the ride. Of course, I'd love to hear what you thought of the episode. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Do you like Oliver as Sah-Him? What do you think of him having to marry Nisa? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my other Arrow reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Okay, I have a theory. My theory is that next week's episode will be all about Oliver coming to the city, you know, being Sah-Him, blah, blah, blah. He's still gonna be that. And then the final episode of the season, which is titled My Name is Oliver Queen, this is when they're gonna be able to bring him back to who he is. And I think what would be really cool and very likely to happen is that the final words that we hear Oliver say are, my name is Oliver Queen, and then it just fades to black. End of the season, and we're like, what? No! You'll have to wait for season 4. So yeah, this is my theory.